the heck is up, you guys? It's your boy Ace, aka Animated Heroes, here, back with another action figure news / pre-order update video. And today, what we're going to be covering is some news that Tamashii Nations has dropped that kind of came out of nowhere, showing that it really looks like they're starting up once more to pump out the bangers. And then, of course, we're going to cover some things that I didn't discuss last week when they went up for pre-order, but I wouldn't feel right if I didn't give you guys this information, and so I decided to go ahead and include all the extras in this video. And that's not a whole lot to talk about, but it is some figures that I feel like I needed to discuss. And since I've got quite a few videos I need to be working on, I'm going to try to run through this one really quickly. So let's go ahead and get right into it. You guys know how these videos work. Go ahead and drop a like for your boys. I would greatly appreciate it. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, or you're new here, and let's talk some action figures. Now, starting things off a bit differently than usual, the first thing we're going to discuss on the list is none other than Good Smile Company's Nendoroid Sonic the Hedgehog Shadow. Now, a lot of you guys probably don't know this about me, but I am a huge Sonic the Hedgehog fan, and Shadow is my favorite character, of course. I have plenty of the Jakks Pacific stuff, and then, of course, I do have all of the Nendoroids so far from this line, and this one, I had to pick up 2 of these. Now, I know Sonic X Shadow Generations is coming out in October. People are really hyped for that, and I'm sure there's plenty of Sonic collectors in the community, which is why I decided to throw this guy on the list. Now, sadly, he doesn't look as good as Sonic does in his running poses, and it doesn't seem like he really comes with many accessories either. I don't know. I wish they could have did a little bit better, but for 35 bucks, I'm not going to complain. I did pick up 2 of this guy. He is currently up for pre-order on AmiAmi as well as other websites, and if you want to get your hands on him, he's slated to be coming out in November of 2024, so yes, he'll be releasing this year. Moving right along and getting into some Medicom toy, they did announce another figure for the Black Adam line, and I mean the live action Black Adam. Here we have the Medicom toy Dr. Fate, and this is one that completely caught me off guard. I didn't think they were going to make any more characters from this movie, but here we are. We have the less cool but still cool Doctor Strange. And when it comes to this figure, I want to be honest with you guys, man. I didn't really care for the movie, but I thought this dude was a super dope character. So I'm going to be picking him up at least to have some fun, taking photos of him, posing him around. I don't know anything about this character outside of what I saw in this movie, but it looks like a fun figure, so that's all I really want from it. And with it being Medicom toy, I have pretty high expectations. Now, sadly, he doesn't come with very many expressions or accessories, and then on top of that, it seems like Medicom toy did go up on their price. Usually their figures are around $65, but this guy retails at about $72. That's import price, meaning domestically he's going to be even more than that. But if you want to get your hands on him, he's currently up for pre-order, slated to release in April of 2025, but this is Medicom toy. It'll probably come out later. Now, next up is a figure that none of us should be surprised about. Medicom toy finally showcased their Spider-Man No Way Home Tom Holland Spider-Man figure, and this is, I guess, his final suit, something. I don't know. At this point, he has way too many costumes, and I'm not about to try to remember all of them. Now, I do have the SH Figuarts version of this guy, but sadly, that one had a QC issue that really bugged me, and it was just the waist. It was constantly popping off, and I heard a lot of people say that. And then also, the articulation wasn't how I wanted it to be at the waist either. Medicom toy usually doesn't have that problem, so that's exactly why I'm going to pick this up. Also, I really love the black, red, and gold. I think it's a really dope color combination, and I'm a fan of the accessories. So yeah, going to be getting this guy. He is slated to come out alongside Dr. Fate in April of 2025, but we'll see. It's Medicom toy, but he is currently up for pre-order. Go get your hands on it. Now, switching things over to Tamashii Nations for the final portion of this video, the first thing that we've got here is an image that they showcased on their Instagram page a few days ago. It is none other than another SH Figuarts Anya Forger. Now, I know some of you guys might be looking at this like, didn't we already get that figure? And yeah, you're not wrong. But for those of you who don't collect the Spy Family line and you don't really know what's going on here, Tamashii Nations did make one almost drastic change. Now, if you look at this figure, you'll see that the clothing is actually a soft goods. Now, I truly believe this is their response to the people who bought the very first Anya Forger figure, and instead of just dealing with the articulation that we got, they bought a third-party soft good clothing set for her and put it on to maximize the articulation. That's what it's looking like. And I swear Tamashii Nations has to be responding to those guys. And so they were like, oh, okay, we can release another Anya. All we got to do is stitch together this really small piece of soft goods, throw it on the figure, maybe throw out some new expressions, and we're all good to go. Now, when it comes to expressions, I don't know what else they can do, man. We've pretty much got every expression that Anya has made throughout the entirety of the series so far. So maybe they'll just throw in some other stuff like the doll that we see in her hand or whatever. But for the time being, we don't have any information on this just yet. But of course, I will be bringing it to you guys once I get the updates. Now, moving right along, here we have something that I am actually going to take quite a bit of time to dissect, more so than I spent on some of the other releases that I've talked about. Now, Tamashii Nations posted this on their Instagram page a few days ago as well, and I've been waiting to talk about this. I did it in a live stream on Instagram last night, but now it's time to bring it to you guys on video. So what we're seeing here is what appears to be a teaser for a My Hero Academia SH Figuarts line, which is cool, but I have one huge problem with this. What's your problem, Ace? What could be wrong? I truly feel like it's almost too late. I say that because, first of all, My Hero Academia manga is ending August 5th. That is going to be the last chapter of My Hero Academia before the series reaches its completion, or the manga reaches its completion. The series has maybe 2 seasons left. And with Tamashii Nations releasing these figures as slowly as they're going to be releasing them, and I have examples of other lines they've gotten their hands on that have only gotten like 1 or 2 figures. Demon Slayer, Bleach, Jujutsu Kaisen, all of those had very slow releases. They were coming out maybe 3-4 months apart. So, if something like that happens with the My Hero Academia line, there's not going to be much hype around it because we're already super excited for the Revoltech line that is full of a very extensive roster right now. Like, we're getting crazy characters from them. We've got Mirko, who a lot of us never would have expected. We've already got Dabi on the way. We got Shigaraki. They've announced Toga. So we got the big 3 for the villains. We've got Deku, Bakugo, Todoroki, etc., etc., etc. Now, one other thing about Tamashii Nations is that they are known for not including accessories. Now, let's say Deku and Bakugo come out. Deku is roughly $30 because he's the selling point of the line, the initiation. Then we have Bakugo. Bakugo's probably going to be 40 to about 65. He might come with a few little small explosives. But if it doesn't compare to what we've gotten with the Revoltech, if it doesn't make us feel like it's worth buying, then why would we? So, I don't know, man. I don't want to knock it before I see what they have to offer, but I don't really see how they could sell this line, because obviously they're going to be, for the most part, following the path of either the Figma releases or they're going to follow the path of the Revoltech releases. Meaning, obviously, first we're going to get Deku, Bakugo, Todoroki. Then I would hope that they would switch it up and give us other characters like, well, we're going to get Ochiko for sure. We're definitely going to get All Might. But after that, I would hope they would give us someone like Medio and his team. They would give us, I can't even say Hawks or Endeavor, because we've gotten them from Revoltech, and those are such good figures. So they really have to plan and be very strategic with this line. But if you're excited for it, then by all means. One other thing I hope that they do is make them in their most recent costumes, because if they do that, that also might help these figures sell. Otherwise, I don't know, man. I think this line could potentially be a dud. We've already got all the Demon Slayer figures up for pre-order right now, and you can still pre-order those everywhere. Like, I would have thought that those were going to sell out, but they absolutely have not. So I'm curious to see what's going to happen with this line. I went on a little bit longer than I wanted, so moving right on to the next. Now, the last thing we're going to discuss here is something that caught me completely off guard for reasons I'll discuss in just a sec. But Tamashii Nations has showcased the next figure in the Dragon Ball line, and it is, surprisingly, another Vegeta. And that's exactly why it's a surprise, because it's another Vegeta. This is the third Vegeta that has been announced this year. First, we got the Super Saiyan Blue, or the Super Saiyan, or not Super Saiyan, but the Namek Saga Vegeta that just released, the power level of like 2400, 24,000, whatever it is. I don't know, something like that. But now we have the final battle Namek Saga Vegeta, and I am digging this, man. I'm digging it. I know I said that I quit the Dragon Ball line, but I did say that I do want a definitive Goku and a definitive Vegeta in my collection. And while this might not be my definitive end-all be-all Vegeta, it could be a placeholder, because I did thoroughly enjoy the Namek Saga, and I did enjoy this look for Vegeta. As you can see, you can recreate both looks where the armor is normalized, and then you can also recreate when it is battle damaged, the same way that they did with the armored Krillin. And then I love the poses they've got him in that come right out of the anime, especially the one where he's attacking Jace, and then you even see the frustrated facial expression when he's going against Frieza in that epic clash that started off the final battle of the series. So yeah, I'm digging this one for sure. Like, I'm telling you guys, if you plan on getting this, don't sleep, because if you miss out on it, it's going to skyrocket in price. Now, I'm sure you guys already know, but I'm going to say it anyway. This is 100% a premium Bandai release. Again, meaning if you miss out on it, you're going to have to pay that aftermarket price. It's just no way around it. I think you have 90 days to pre-order it. So whatever you do, don't sleep on this guy here, man. It is going to be a good figure, and it is also going to be one that a lot of people want. So just don't miss your opportunity. He is slated to go up for pre-order the 28th of June, which isn't long from now. It's just a couple of days. And then on top of that, he's going to be releasing in February of 2025. Now, quite a bit to discuss. I covered it as quickly as possible, but the video still did go on a little bit longer than I wanted it to, mostly because of the My Hero Academia portion. I probably should have made that its own separate video, but I do think it is a subject that I can touch back on once we actually see the line come to serialization. But yeah, I am excited for everything we talked about today, and I'm going to be buying literally all of these action figures, if not to keep in my collection, at least to have for channel content. And so now I'm going to leave it to you guys. I do want to know, what did we discuss today that you guys are planning on picking up? Make sure to leave that in the comment section below. Tell me what you're most excited about, what you're not excited about, what you want to see, yada yada yada, anything you feel like saying. But yeah, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If so, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. That always helps me out. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Make sure to hit that bell icon to be notified whenever I upload new content. And last but not least, follow me on everything you see listed in the description below to keep up with my activity outside of YouTube. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Stay safe wherever you are, and bye.